Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 41. Krishna and Balaram enter Mathura. Text number, we will read text number 25. Put it a small line purport is there. Kaschid viparyak drutavastra bhushana Vismrutya chaikam yugaleshvatha para Krutaika patra shravanaika nupura Nangtva dvitiyantva aparaschalochanam. Aaya nahi? Aaya? 25. Text chapter 41. Kaschid viparyak dhrutavastra bhushana Vismrutya chaikam yugaleshvatha para Krutaika patra shravanaika nupura Nangtva ditiyantva aparaschalochanam. क्या आपको आता नहीं? कश्चिद् विपर्य धृतवस्त्रभूषणा विस्मृत्य चैकं युगलेश्वथा परा कृतैकपत्र श्रवणैकनुपुरा नाङ्क्त्वा द्वितीयान्त्वा अपराश्चलोचनम्. Chant. Vismrutya chaikam yugaleshvata para putra shravanaika Nangtva ditiyam tva paraschalochanam. Kaschit, some of them. Viparyak, backwards. Dhruta, putting on. Vastra, their clothes. Bhushanaha, and ornaments. Vismrutya, forgetting. Cha, and. Ekam, one. Yugaleshu, of the pairs. Ata, and. Aparaha, others. Kruta, placing. Eka, only one. Patra, earring. Shravana, on their ears. Eka, or one. Nupuraha, set of ankle bells. Na Anktva, not anointing. Dvitiyam, the second. Tu, but. Aparaha, other ladies. Cha, and. Lochanam, an eye. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami, Srila Prabhupada's disciples. Some of the ladies put their clothes and ornaments on backwards. Others forgot one of their earrings or ankle bells. And others applied makeup to one eye but not the other. Purport. The ladies were very eager to see Krishna, and in their haste and excitement they forgot themselves. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It is from text number 18, Sri Shukavacha, Sukadeva Goswami said, thus addressed by the Lord, Akrura entered the city with a heavy heart. He informed King Kamsa of the success of his mission and then went home. Text number 19, Lord Krishna desired to see Mathura, so towards evening he took Lord Balaram and the covered boys with him and entered the city. Text number 22, 23. The Lord saw Mathura with its tall gates and households, entrances made of crystal, its immense archways and main doors of gold, its granaries and other storehouses of copper and brass, and its impregnable moats. Beautifying the city were pleasant gardens and parks. The main intersections were fashioned of gold, and there were mansions with private pleasure gardens, along with guild halls and many other buildings. Mathura resounded with the calls of the peacocks and pet turtle doves, who sat in the small openings of the lattice windows and on the gem-studded floors, and also on the columned balconies and on the ornate rafters in front of the houses. These balconies and rafters were adorned with Vaidurya stones, diamonds, crystal quartz, sapphires, coral, pearls and emeralds. All the royal avenues and other commercial streets were sprinkled with water, as were the side roads and courtyards, and flower garlands, newly grown sprouts, parched grains, and rice has been scattered about everywhere. Gracing the houses' doorways were elaborately decorated, the pots filled with water, which were bedecked with mango leaves, smeared with yogurt and sandalwood paste, and encircled by flower petals and ribbons. Near the pots were flags, rows of lamps, bunches of flowers, and the trunks of banana and betel nut trees. Purport. Srila Vishnu Thakur gives this description of the elaborately decorated pots. On either side of each doorway, above the scattered rice, is a pot. Encircling each pot are flower petals. On its neck are ribbons, and its mouth are leaves of mangoes and other trees. Above each pot, on gold plate, are rows of lamps. A trunk of a banana tree stands on either side of each pot, and betel nut tree trunk stands in front of, also behind. The women of Madhura hurriedly assembled and went forth to see two sons of Vasudeva. As they entered the city on the king's road, surrounded by their covered boyfriends, some of the women, my dear king, eagerly climbed to the roofs of their houses to see them. Akrura requested Lord Krishna to come to his house and grace his house and bless them, so that he can actually wash the lotus feet of the Lords and bathe in the dust of their lotus feet. But Sri Krishna, understanding the great devotion of Akrura, he mildly objected, saying that I will come afterwards. Akrura did not, like gopis, they were very stubborn. When Krishna told, go back to your houses, they didn't go back. Right? He told Brahmana's wives also, you go back, and then they went back. But when Akrura did not, zid nahi kiya tha. He is not stubborn. No, please come, please come. Right? That is Indians' mentality, right? Sometimes like in America, I wanted to go to somebody's place, and then that security guard objected. Then like in India, we keep requesting, thoda paisa de do, and all that, right? Or requesting, please hello. Then they allow. That is Indian mentality, begging. Kaisa jugaad, jugaad karne ka, kaisa bhi. So when I requested that, he said no, you cannot go. Then again I started requesting, Indian mentality. Then he took a gun. If you don't go, I will shoot you. I ran. You can't, in America you can't do all this. So jugaad. So anyway, Akrura, Sri Radha Govind Maharaj explains in this case that in devotees in general, they are obedient. Devotee means obedient. He follows the orders of Krishna in toto. That is devotee, sadhava sadhubhushana. Otherwise, that is why Prabhupada said, it doesn't matter what service you do, how you do it is very important. Yeah, so the main question is to become obedient, because we are rebellious people outside. So we come to ISKCON to become obedient towards spiritual master, towards authorities. Not that authority says something, I will do whatever I want. Then that is not devotional service. Yes, if authority says you do accounting, no, I will say, no, I want to do fund collection, or I want to do distribution, I want to do congregational preaching. You do whatever, kya kar lega? Right? Suppose if I go and do congregational preaching or book distribution, then that is not considered seva, Krishna seva. It is a pious activity. So what a devotional service means? Acting according to the instructions of the authorities or the spiritual master or Krishna. Like that. But in the case of gopis, Krishna secretly wanted that they didn't want to go back. So Vishnu Chakravarti says, so understanding Krishna's mind, they didn't go back. Otherwise, they are also very obedient. So understand. So Radha Govind Maharaj says that Akrura, after this, you will not see him for a long time. He didn't take part in any of the pastimes of Krishna, because every day he was waiting for Krishna. Every day. Because Krishna told, I will visit the house later. Right? So every day he was waiting. He would decorate the house, he would cook very nice prasad, and then keep the house very ready, keep all the family members ready, and then wait at the gate, Krishna will come, Krishna will come. Krishna never came. Actually, that is Krishna consciousness. He is absorbed in thinking about Krishna, that Krishna will come, Krishna will come, Krishna will come. Like that Sabari also, she was waiting. It's not a waste. She was thinking, Rama will come, Rama will come, Rama will come. Every day she will keep the fruits ready. Today Rama will come. But she is not disappointed. Oh no, kya ho gaya? Hare, Kali Dera, right? No, she is not disappointed. She was waiting. Like that Akrura also was waiting every day. Krishna will come today, Krishna will come today. So that is the mentality. So we should also wait, when Krishna will show mercy on us. Not that, I chanted a few rounds, oh, where is Krishna? Right? So like that. So that is one thing. So Krishna wanted to see Mathura. The city of Mathura was ruled by, demon Kamsa. So you can see the opulence of Mathura city. Everything is made with gold. Pillars are studded with diamonds. And then the floors are made with lapis lazuli. Everywhere, like that. This is how, that is our opulence. Actually, Christopher Columbus, he was actually coming to India because they heard about the opulence of India, right? In 1800, till late 1800s, India is the number one economy in the whole world. India is the richest country. Nizams, they have around 200 maidservants, to clean their palace. And then they have such valuable diamonds and everything. That's why Prabhupada said, England is a chore country. They are thieves. And Prabhupada was saying that all these viceroys, who harassed Indians, they became camels in India. And then all this looted money, they are all thieves, Britishers, they looted. Prabhupada said, Peacock Asan. And then if you go to see Red Fort, you can see the holes in the walls because they are all diamonds and pearls. They were like that. So they are very, India is very opulent. Like, you see how the city is kept very clean. The Mathura city, the water is sprinkled all over. You know why? In India, they use elephants to sprinkle the water on the roads. You know why? That too scented water, gulab jal. Right? In a DT we use gulab jal, but I tell them, put only 2-3 drops. It's very expensive. But here in the Mathura city and Dwarka city, they used to sprinkle the water with gulab jal, scented water, like that. You know why? Because India is a tropical country. The dust, if you see, you clean the room, after 2 hours, the whole room is dusty. The tables are full of dust. Why? Because tropical country, the air is blowing all the time, so it brings sand, dust. But nowadays we see India very, very dirty place. All the roads are very dirty. Worst. Mumbai especially worst. Roads are open, and then we have Vaitarini. Vaitarini river. Bandra ke paas Vaitarini river is there. So very people spit everywhere, and the walls, they chew pan and then they spit everywhere. It's all, plastics everywhere dirty. But if you see Switzerland, even Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and then Los Angeles, right? Very clean. New York is just like Mumbai only, very dirty. But Los Angeles, Zurich, they keep the places very clean, very clean. Like in Singapore, if you spit, they will fine. Right? So their cameras are watching. Then they find out you spit on the road, they will immediately fine you. So nobody will spit, nobody will throw garbage, plastic and all on the roads. So this is how demons are better, they keep their places very clean. Anyway, so Vishwanath Thakur commented that everything is made with gold, all their pillars and all. Or Setiji used to tell, on the day the land deal was signed, this Hare Krishna land deal was signed, before that they didn't have any prasadam to eat. They didn't have anything, khichdi. So Setiji, he brought pandal and made pandal, then he brought all the pots and all, then ingredients. He was cooking khichdi and feeding them. They didn't have anything to eat, all the devotees. They were staying very austerely at that time. There was no money, and then people are accusing that they are, CIA agents and all that. So Prabhupada told Setiji, you feed the devotees for some time, then I will see. Like that. And then on that day, the land deal was signed. Prabhupada said, it was a good fight. And then that lady was crying, Mrs. Nair was crying. Then what happened? Just before that, one day before only, she got a better offer. And then Prabhupada was giving lecture on the day after the land deal was signed. They said that every pillar should be marble. Every pillar should be marble. Like that. Prabhupada was telling. Everything was marble, full marble temple. Then the guest house should be made with red stone. All that he was speaking, everything is opulent, because Prabhupada actually promised to Radha Raspiri that please stay here for some time. I will build you a beautiful temple, palace. And the devotees were sitting and hearing. I said, here we don't have anything to eat. How we are going to build a temple with marble? Like that. So everything was, in Krishna's thing, everything is grand like that. So Krishna is walking. This pastime of Krishna and Balaram walking on the road, right? Anybody hears this pastime of how all the ladies of Mathura became attracted to Krishna's beautiful features, and then they came, rushing towards to roads and all everywhere to see Krishna. So Sukadeva Goswami says, Vishwanath Chakravarti commented that one can conquer the 6 enemies, lust, greed and anger, if you hear this pastime. So again and again, Radha Govind Maharaj, long time back, he gave a Bhagavad Saptaha, Krishna's Mathura Leela. So very beautifully, very elaborately explained each and every, So we have only 15 minutes like that. So Krishna, seeing the beautiful form of Krishna, they became attracted. So how they, how they came running to see Krishna, how they developed attraction for Krishna, because they heard about Krishna. Just like the wives of the Brahmanas, they heard about Krishna from the betel nut sellers and all. In the same way, all these devotees from Vrinda, all the sellers and all, they would pay to come Mathura to pay taxes and all that. So there they would talk about Krishna. Oh, Krishna Balaram has done like this. Krishna Balaram has done like this. So that is why they also developed attraction for Krishna. So there are various features of Krishna which attracts the devotees, right? So that is why actually Krishna, one of the qualities of Krishna is all famous. All famous. So all famous means one who is spotless in character, right? Sometimes somebody may praise me, but I may have some skeletons in the cupboard. We are praising. Sometimes, in ISKCON also we have found out. They were praising, so and so is nice, aisa hai, वैसा है. फिर बाद में पता चला, अरे इतना horrible, demon है. All their words are, phrases became wasted. Right? So famous means you should be of spotless character. No spotless character, right? Like that. So, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is mentioned that Krishna's fame is like a moon rays. Where moon rays dissipate the darkness in the night, especially Purna Chandra, and then gives cooling effect, then gives relief from the scorching heat of the day. Summers especially. In the same way, when we hear Krishna's glories, and then his wonderful activities, we will also experience moon-like rays, a coolness in our hearts. So once when Narad Muni was glorifying Krishna very wonderfully, that time Lord Shiva in his Shivaloka, he started dancing. He started dancing. He is known as Nilakanteshwara, right? His neck is bluish, right? So dancing, he became white, because Krishna's fame is like moonlight, very white. Like that. So his Nilakanta chala gaya, and then he became whitish complete. Krishna, Lord Shiva is already white, but that is his ornament, Nilakanta. So that became white. Then Parvati Devi, she was also dancing. Then suddenly she said, some imposter has come. She started chasing away Lord Shiva. Get out, get out. Like that. And then when Lord Shankarshana heard the glories of Krishna, his bluish dhoti became whitish. You know? And then Yamuna water became very whitish, and then all the covered ladies, they thought it is curd, and then they started churning the Yamuna. So that is glories of beautiful feature. Famous. So that's why these ladies of Mathura, they heard the glories of Krishna. So that is why they came running. They came running. So this is the nature features of Krishna. That Krishna, when he is in Vrindavan or everywhere, he would wear four things. One is he used to wear very interesting combination. I don't know who is the dress designer of Krishna. That he would wear reddish garments, right? And then golden colored shirt, right? Golden colored shirt, and then orange turban, orange turban, and then his hair is beautifully decorated. Sometimes with flowers, sometimes with some ornaments, and then his eyes are like blooming lotus petals. That's why Arvinda Netra. And then his face is decorated with the marks of sandalwood pulp. Sometimes it is whitish, sometimes it is orange colored, because sometimes they would add saffron in the sandalwood pulp and then decorate. And then sometimes they just put like that. So in Vrindavan and Mayapur, they decorate the deities with, that is the with different decorations, painting. We don't do it because our deity is Radha Lingita Vigraha. Our deity is white. Some people ask, Krishna is blackish, na? Why we have white deity? So Prabhupada explained, sometimes when Radharani embraces Krishna very lovingly, Krishna assumes the color of Radharani. In Manas Sarovar, there is a deity, only one deity in Vrindavan, where Krishna, Radharani thinking about Krishna, and then Krishnamaya, she became Krishnamaya, and then she became black. Right? Next time you go, very beautiful temple is there, Manas Sarovar, just beyond Yamuna. You cross the Yamuna, you will have very near to Vrindavan. So there only deity, white, black Radharani. We have black Radharani, like that. And then Krishna is known as Vanamali. Why? Because he is always decorated with Vaijayanti garland, the flowers that are picked up from the forest. So very beautiful, Vaijayanti garland means 5 colors of flowers. 5 colors of flowers Krishna is decorated. So sometimes Krishna would decorate with his head also flower garland, right? And then he would put garland around his neck. Around his neck, and then he has decorated with his ears. He is decorated with diamond earrings. Then all his fingers, they have beautiful stone gold rings. And then on one side he is carrying the flute. Sometimes he is blowing the flute, or sometimes, and another side he has a bugle. Bugle. To call out the cows and the, so one, it is nicely explained that Taravali, there is one gopi, she heard the beautiful sound vibration of Krishna's flute. Then she became enchanted, and then she was bitten by the poison of Krishna's flute, sound vibration of Krishna's flute. So in order to counteract the poison effect of Krishna's sound, flute vibration sound, she drank the milk in the bugle. Instead of decreasing the poison, it has increased, it seems. Like that. So, it is mentioned that Krishna, he is dressed like this even on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So everybody was commenting, oh, Krishna is looking so gorgeous. He was eating pan. That's why his, tongue and all, his, teeth and all, even though they are pearl white, they would catch you colored. They would become reddish in color, his teeth. Then he has this most dangerous weapon. Krishna's most dangerous weapon? Krishna's smile. Right? Even though Krishna did not carry any weapon, but everybody used to die because he used to kill them, everybody, with a smile. So he was smiling. Krishna is smiling, and then his face is decorated with paintings with the sandalwood pulp. And then he is wearing yellow pitambar vastra, and then a very beautiful diamond-studded crown, and then his garland is beautiful, up to the knees, beautiful. And then he is wearing a garland around his neck also, sometimes on his crown. Then he's studded, his earrings, diamond earrings. Then there is a pearl necklace, and then Kaustuba gem, and then the beautiful smile and the cooling glances. So seeing this Krishna, actually everybody was thinking, oh, Krishna is not going to the battlefield. He is going to grace the devotees. Yeah, as if, he is going for some marriage ceremony. He used to go. And then all the cynics and all, they used to become enchanted by beauty of Krishna. And then they would forget their mantras, and they would forget to release the arrows. That is why Arjuna and all, they didn't do anything, because all the other warriors and all, they became very weak seeing the beauty. Pani pani ho jata hai na, aisa pani pani ho gaya, aisa bolte hain. So like that, they used to make them melt. They used to melt seeing the beauty of Krishna, and then they would like that. So this is how devotees see Krishna everywhere. And then they will become stunned. Oh, so beautiful. Like once Narad Muni saw Krishna, then when he heard Srimati Radharani singing the glories of Krishna, when Narad Muni heard, then he started making such huge sounds. Such huge sounds that everybody thought Lord Nishinga appeared. Then all the demons, they ran away, it seems. And then Lord Shiva, once he saw Krishna, then he started crying so loudly that everybody thought Lord Nishingadev appeared as incarnation. And then all the demons' wives, they had miscarriages. And then all the devotees, they experienced great pleasure. They experienced great pleasure. So like this, devotees undergo various, ecstatic symptoms they undergo. Sometimes when once Narad Muni, he saw Krishna standing in front of him, and then he became so enchanted. He expanded he became so ecstatic that his Janu thread broke. Then the veena fell from his hands. And then he started crying. He started crying. So like that, so devotees, they experience various ecstatic symptoms when they see Krishna, right? So like, some devotees, they become stunned. Sometimes some devotees, they become, they start shedding tears, right? So, the greatest enemy, what is the greatest enemy for devotees to serve Krishna? For others, greatest enemy for serving Krishna is kama, sense gratification. But what is the enemy for devotees to serve Krishna? Krishna's beauty. Because then they pray to Krishna, because as soon as you see Krishna, you become so enchanted that you forget to serve Krishna. Then they pray to Krishna, my dear Krishna, please reduce your beauty a little bit, or effect of your beauty, so that I can do service to you. So that is various, devotees undergo various symptoms when they see Krishna. So in the same way, when these Mathura ladies, they saw Krishna in these beautiful features, so they became enchanted. They became enchanted. And then Krishna's feature is, he is always mercifully inclined towards his devotees. So he was actually casting cooling glances on the ladies of Mathura. And they, uh, without their knowledge, he stole their hearts. He stole their hearts like that, and they became bewildered, and then they were started showering flowers on Krishna and Balaram. So they were saying that what austerities the Vrindavan ladies must have performed to see Krishna every day in the morning and evening, right? So even the gopis also are singing, Gopyah kimacharedayam kushalashma venur damodaradara sudam api gopikanam bhungte swayam yadavasishta rasam hridinyo hrishyatacho shruyataravo yatharya. So gopis also are singing what austerities this flute must have performed, that this flute is drinking the nectar of Krishna's lips every day, which is the property of the gopis. Like that. So everybody thinks, what austerities must have performed, right? So Prabhupada writes in 9th Canto Bhagavatam, devotees don't like to perform austerities like, all these things. So the devotees, our austerity is, Prabhupada says, book distribution, money, Lakshmi collection, and taking care of the deities every day. This is the austerity devotees perform. So when we perform this little austerity of every day having darshan of the Lord, every day decorating the Lord, every day cooking for the Lord, every day distributing books, every day collecting money. So these purpose in 9th Canto Bhagavatam. Otherwise, devotees, they don't like to perform fasting and, all these things. There is no need. Prabhupada, somebody asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, do we have to walk without chappal in Vrindavan? Prabhupada said, follow me. So Prabhupada was always wearing chappal. We don't have to, some people, they do dandavat parikrama and all that. Right? So all these are not required. Devotees, do deity worship and little. So then we will also one day, we'll get a chance to have darshan of Krishna person to person, like all these Mathura ladies. Thank you very much. I think we have funeral ceremony. We'll close. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Thank Tirupati, but I don't